Hi everyone, I'm Evelyn, one of the tutors here at the International Office. All of us have to do a variety of assignments for our different classes, and for that, we need to follow instructions. Some professors explain their assignments in detail in class, but others don't. Instead, they provide instructions for you somewhere in Blackboard. Today, I'm going to go over the top 7 places to look for the instructions to your assignments. Here's a quick overview of my favorite 7 places to look for instructions. As you can see, 2 of them are in the syllabus, 2 are in the course material section, and the other 3 are in announcements, a rubric, and in class. Let's look at them in more detail. The first 2 places we're going to talk about are both in the syllabus. Here you can see I've already logged into Blackboard, and I'm going to go find one of my courses. Here on the side, I can click Courses, and then choose the course that I want. Now that I'm inside, there are different tabs here on the side, so I can choose Syllabus, and it'll take me right to it. There we go. Here is my syllabus from my Old Testament class. At the top, it has lots of useful information, but it doesn't tell us anything about the specific assignments. So we're going to scroll down to the Assignments section. Now here it says Requirements for Credit. That is also useful, but it doesn't tell us how to do the assignments. We're going to go to where it says Breakdown. That means he's going to tell us the details about each of the different assignments. Now there are lots of things here like class attendance, which is not so specific, but we'll look at this one, number 5, Autobiography of a Biblical Figure. Here he tells us where to find an example, he gives us the options for our topic, and he tells us exactly how to do the assignment, right there. At the end, there's a due date. This is a great example of a professor who puts all the instructions to all the assignments directly in the syllabus. You can also see under it the instructions for the research paper. Very similar. He tells us what the paper needs to include, he tells us what the paper needs to be about, and he tells us everything about how to do it. Here's another syllabus that I had. If we scroll down to assignments on this one, you can see that the professor describes all of the assignments that we have, but doesn't give a lot of detail. Let's look at the critique papers. He tells us how long they're supposed to be, and he tells them that they will be based on online art gallery, live performance, and film research. But he doesn't tell us anything about the specific papers. For that, I'm going to keep scrolling past all the policies to the very bottom where it says Schedule. This is where he actually gives us more information. For example, here, he talks about the Art Museum Critique paper. He tells us when it's due, and he tells us exactly what to do. Visit the Dallas Museum of Art online gallery, write your critique paper on one of the artists and their works. He tells you how long, again, and how to submit it. This is where the actual details come. The next 2 places we're going to talk about are both under course material. Once again, I'll click on the class that I want to see, and then go to course material on the side. Now, there are 2 different formats that professors will usually use when they post instructions in course material. The first is just in a block of text. Now, because the semester hasn't really started, I don't have many instructions in course material yet, but you can see here the instructions for the contact information questionnaire. She put everything I need to know right here written out. On the other hand, sometimes professors don't write out all the instructions in Blackboard. Instead, they attach a document, like this, or inside a folder, like here. And you have to go find the document, download it, and then you can use it. Let's look at an example. Here's an example of an assignment whose instructions were given to me as a separate document in course material. I won't go over the details because you don't need to do this assignment, but basically, this professor gave us an overview at the top, told us the purpose of the assignment, how to do it, and then gave us all of the details that we needed in order to do it. Sometimes professors will use an announcement to explain an upcoming assignment. Make sure you check your announcements tabs regularly for instructions and for other information like changes in the schedule. Let's see how to get there. I click on the course name again, and then the first place that opens up, usually, is this announcements screen. So here, the professor will add comments and instructions and updates about the course. Make sure you check it as often as you can. This is another example of instructions given in a separate document. However, if you're reading it carefully, you might see that this document doesn't actually tell you how to do the assignment. It just gives you the questions you need. To figure out what to do, you actually need to look at the rubric. A rubric is a list of requirements that your professor will use to grade your assignment. If they provide a rubric, always check your work against it to see whether it fits, because this will decide your grade. In this case, the rubric actually tells you how to do the assignment. Right down here, it says Format of Case Study. It tells you what kind of heading and format to use. It tells you what the first paragraph should be. It tells you how long it should be. Write each question and respond like that. This is where you actually get the instructions. Rubrics are kind of a hard concept to get used to if you don't already know what they are or if you haven't worked with them before. But it can be really helpful because you can see the exact details of what your professor is expecting from your assignment and check whether you match that. Last, but definitely not least, pay attention in class and ask your professor when you have questions. Many professors talk through their assignments in class. Listen and take notes as they explain things. If you don't understand, ask the professor to clarify it for you after class. Let them know you were paying attention. They'll be so happy to help if they know that you really care. Professors are there to help you learn. If you really can't find the instructions, ask your professor where they are or what they are. They'll be happy to help you. I hope this has been a useful overview for you, and I hope that it will help you as you go into this next semester to make the most of your classes and to do well in your assignments. See you next time.